Okay, for those of you that are online, we're still waiting for a quorum. However, we're gonna have a conversation no matter what. Although we don't have a quorum at the moment, we'll visit with you that are online. So appreciate everyone's time, and I want to I guess I could just read something. I'll read it again if we have a quorum, but I think it's kind of important. And then we'll just turn it over to everyone that's online, open up some mics and visit for a little bit. Is Tracy in there? You know what, though? Before we visit and everything, we're going to say a little prayer, and that way we can start our day out right. We got. All right. We're going to say a little prayer. We don't have a quorum right now, Stephen, but we're not giving up. We're going to stay here, but we're going to just visit with everyone online. So, but we're going to say a short prayer before we get started. Y'all just bear with me for a moment. Hoya hayo, kakeya heya bosa hayo, kunariska, kunaristo, kunahako, kunahatiro hayo, kuana sa kuahia so hayo, takatonkayo hano, sikidawina hayo, siha, hasine hayo, kaotsia deko deba. I ask that you look down upon us this morning, Almighty God, the way that sun came up. We ask that you bless the Caddo Nation and all our neighboring tribes. And we ask that you put a special blessing on those that are in harm's way related to what's going on in Minnesota and around the country to help our families and our country get through some of the things that we may not understand that our own people went through and still go through today. We ask that you keep all our Native families safe and people throughout the country and especially on reservations and small rural communities. We ask that you bless our dance ground, our tribal elders that we have left, all the little children, and all the ones that are behind us that we won't see. We ask that you bless all the elders that are maybe in the nursing home, those that are in the hospital. We ask that you be with all our families that are having times like that today. And those that are in mourning, Almighty God, we ask that you bless them. And I ask that you look down upon again our tribe to help us make good decisions, help us to be in one accord with you through your Son, Jesus Christ. I ask you to look down upon again our dance ground, our songs, our movements, our traditions, our culture, and who we are as a Caddo people. Again, bless the tribal council and our lady folks that sit on our council, the lineage and the bloodlines that they represent, the people that they represent. And I just ask you continue to watch over us, continue to be with us. Bless all our programs, all our employees, all our brothers and sisters, regardless of race and religion, Almighty God. You just look down upon all of us. I just ask you to take care of us. Thank you for this day. Thank you for my life. And bless myself. Look down upon me and pity my prayers and forgive me for my sins and my shortcomings. And I ask that you look down upon my children and grandchildren in the same way that I ask you to look down upon all our people and all your people around the world. Through your Son, Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. All right. I appreciate everyone being online. So I'm just want to read a little something, and then we're going to open it up to some folks online here. Thank you for being here. Of course, this is the membership meeting of the Caddo Nation. This is your meeting, and hopefully you had a good new year so far. If not, hopefully it gets better. Also, we hope that you had a good 2025, and I know it's trying at times to make things happen in your own lives at times. So just real happy that we got through this last couple of days and this week with weather. It's been trying for a lot of families. So I've got something I want to read, and we'll just go from there. To the people of the Caddo Nation, our strength as Caddo people have always come from our ability to stand together, families, leaders, elders, and future generations working with a shared purpose. At this moment in our history, moving our nation forward requires unity, trust, and a collective commitment to self-determination. Working together is not just an idea, it is a responsibility we carry for one another. When we speak with one voice and move in the same direction, we create stability, credibility, and opportunity for our people. This unity directly affects our ability to provide services, protect our sovereignty, and plan for long-term well-being of our nation. Tribal members strengthen our government when they raise concerns through respectful dialogue and constructive communication, rather than attacking public officials, directors, or employees through social media or disruptive conflict at meetings, including membership meetings. Addressing issues calmly, directly, and thorough allows us to channel and stay focused on solving problems instead of creating division. When concerns are shared with clarity, respect, and genuine desire to improve outcomes, leaders are better able to respond, trust is preserved, and the nation presents a unified and credible voice. This approach protects the dignity of everyone involved and ensures that disagreements lead to progress, accountability, and a stronger government for the benefit of all tribal members. Self-government is a critical part of this work. It is more than a legal or an administrative status. It is it's affirming that our right and our ability to govern ourselves according to our values is a priority. Self-governance strengthens our position when negotiating funding agreements, compacts with federal and state agencies, including Indian Health Service, Veterans Affairs, and other social service partners. These agencies look to work with tribal governments that demonstrate capacity, consistency, and accountability. When we operate as a unified nation under self-governance, we are better positioned to negotiate agreements that reflect the real needs of our membership. Quality health care, support our veterans, services for our elders, programs for our youth, and assistance for families. These agreements are not just about dollars. This is about the flexibility and the ability to design services that work for Caddo people where not one fits all solutions. When tribal members, including elected leaders, actively pursue their own political ambitions, which we've seen that in the past, publicly attack or undermine tribal governments, it damages the trust and stability of the entire nation. Such actions blur motives, create confusion among the membership, and erode confidence in the integrity of tribal governance. Rather than strengthening democracy, it fosters division, distracts from the work of serving the people, and weakness. It weakens the nation's ability to present a unified front to partners and agencies. In the end, this behavior harms not just current leadership, but the nation itself, undercutting sovereignty, slowing progress, and leaving lasting consequences for the community as a whole. It's important. Every step we take is important towards stronger governance and cooperation benefits the greater good for all our membership. It helps ensure that resources are protected, programs are stable, decisions are made with the future in mind. Most importantly, it honors those who came before us and safeguards the opportunities for those who will come after us. The path forward requires patience, participation, and mutual respect. By working together, supporting effective self-governance, and keeping the needs of the whole nation at the center of our discussions, we can build a stronger, healthier, and more self-reliant Caddo nation. And we need your help to do that. So those of you that are online, those of you that are in this room, and including the council and my own family, thank you. And together we can move our tribe forward. And so, again, I'd like to thank the council for all their dedication, for all their thoughts in the work that we do. You'd be happy to know that we do not agree on every single thing. We have some of the best constructive dialogue, I believe, I've seen in most council chambers related to cities and municipalities. I've been in some of those elected officials in some of those meetings and some of those boardrooms. I'm very proud of this council. I'm very proud of the Caddo Nation and what I witness here, what I witness with you online, and what I witness with our council members when we're having meetings. And I want to thank you for your dedication that allows that to happen. Again, thank you for being here. Appreciate everyone being here. And we have an agenda. Again, at the moment, we still don't have a quorum. However, we just wanted to talk a little bit and say a couple of things, and just had a couple more things, and we're just going to open it up for any elected leaders if they want to say something, and then we're going to open up some microphones. 3D seismic on tribal allotments and putting money in tribal members' pockets. I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. Right now, our members at large are getting letters from numerous corporations and companies related to your own estate, not the tribe, not the Caddo Nation, unless we have fractionated interest in those minerals or farming and grazing or tribal interests. We're talking about your interest as members of your family. If you received a letter from Gold Star LLC, my suggestion is get that in the mail. Gold Star is a 3D seismic company. They had met with us. They came to my office. They had wrote letters to us. They met, and one of the reasons they met with us, they're going to be doing seismic work on a lot of allotments, including the Wichita, Delaware, and Caddo allotments and other tribes. But in this area, when it comes to Caddo allotments, right now a lot of you that have family members are probably receiving letters. The 3D seismic, there's a bonus that allows any member to sign off on the 3D seismic related to their own land. And if you wish to do that, you have that right. My suggestion to you is that if you want to do that, please do so. The reason for that, they're going to use that information to provide it to Continental. And Continental is a pretty big oil and gas company. And they're going to probably not only just take the data, it'd probably be about 2 to 3 years, easy. They're going to be horizontally drilling in this area. We don't know what allotments that drill may cross. Right now, we do know that there is a lot of different companies that are looking at the tribe and its members for access, for right-of-ways, and for farming, grazing, as well as oil and gas extraction. So if you have any questions about any of those letters, please let us know. Come talk to us. We also have people here that can certify those letters for you, because I think there's a little stamp that they want. You have to certify the letters. So the BIA and the agency is working with these companies as well. As a matter of fact, before I got here, here's another one. And this one right here is before the Corporation Commission of the State of Oklahoma, and it's Katerra Energy operating company, horizontal wells. And so it lays out all the framework legally. And then when it comes to the agency and when they have those sealed bids, eventually you get a letter in the mail. We do know right before Christmas about 9 million went out to Caddo heirs and other heirs that own mineral estates. I do know before the new president came into office, there was around 44 million that is either, some of it's went out, we're not so sure if all of it went out. That goes directly to tribal members to put in their pocket. It doesn't come to the tribe, doesn't come to the chairman, doesn't come to elected officials. We're talking about members that have Caddo allotments and estates in that. So just be mindful, watch your mail, anything that comes in. If you don't understand it, please reach out to us and we'll do our best to help with that. Also, the Constitution, I have on here, I know we have, I should have put it under old business, but it's under new business, Caddo Nation Constitution Commission, kind of update to membership. I was thinking maybe they would be here, and we have maybe some online. If you want to talk about what you're doing in that world, that's great. We also have the election board. If anyone wants to say something from the election desk, that's fine too. Again, we don't have a quorum, but we're not giving up. We can at least talk. And then housing needs across the United States for tribal members at large. I think that you'd be well deserved to know that the Tribal Council had met with the Chickasaw Nation, and we went down to Ada, Oklahoma, to talk about the stability of our nation and what we needed to do. They talked to us about continuity. One of the things that the Chickasaw are able to help with is housing needs across the state of Oklahoma, as well as throughout different states, including Texas. Now, I believe California, there may be one or two states that they cannot go into. However, it's a loan guarantee program related to housing. And if you qualify as a member through that loan guarantee program, you're able to acquire home ownership. That's anywhere in Texas, that's anywhere in Oklahoma, different parts of the country. Right now, we do know that the Chickasaw Community Bank, we're working with them. We had met with them, and we also know that they have put billions of dollars into home ownership in the hands of tribal members across the United States, including tribes in New Mexico, tribes in the north, in the south, in the east, and it's pretty amazing. We plan on putting some of that information on our website. So if you're looking for a home, and you're looking for home ownership, the United States government has a loan guarantee program for tribes. And what happens is banks that understand that world, the government's guaranteeing the bank that we want tribal members to have home ownership, they'll guarantee the loan. So it's pretty amazing. So be watching our website. So hopefully we get that up soon within this quarter, and you'll be able to click on it, go to the Chickasaw Nation's website and the bank, and then you'll be able to see all what they do. They'll work with you, provide you technical assistance. They'll do what they need. We've already had some members apply and have already gotten approved to buy homes, and it just blows me away. And we've actually looked at some of the housing complexes that they've built, triplexes and duplexes, and we'd like to do the same thing here locally in this rural area, as well as throughout the state of Oklahoma for our members. And if you don't live in the state, how do we help our members that live at large, with some of these same opportunities? So I just wanted to mention that. And right now I'm going to turn it over to Kay O'Neill, and we'll start over here. If she has anything to say, great. And if not, we'll just go on down the line with the council members, and then we're going to open it up for the folks online or the ones that are here with us. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Kay O'Neill. I am the Fort Cobb representative for the Caddo Nation, and I'm very grateful. It's an honor to be able to serve you and to work with you thus many years. We've been doing a lot of things as a nation, as Bobby has reiterated, and I just can't be more proud of how fast and how steadily that we've been moving forward. Recently, myself and some other council members and NAGPRA and TIPO members were able to go meet with the Texas Historical Commission according to the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, at Caddo Mounds, and we toured and we saw, they acquainted us with what they're doing there. We talked about different areas that they're going to build. They're going to build an educational center there. They're hoping to improve the area. They're not hoping to, they are going to improve the area for Caddo members who would like to go down there and participate in things. And this is the first time ever that we've had such an open and good relationship with the state of Texas to be able to go forward in this arena. And as Fort Cobb goes, I've got wonderful constituents, and I'm really proud of them and honored, to represent them. We have one of our elders who's not feeling well, and I just ask you to lift up our elders in prayer during these times, whether it's financial, physical, spiritual, that we stand together as a tribe and we lift each other up in our needs. And I'm just grateful to be here today. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass you to Verna Castillo, our treasurer.
Good morning. I don't really have too much to say. Our programs are moving forward as a new year comes around. And so far, we're trying to help people, our tribal members. And I don't know all of my reports. I keep track of the grants that come in and all that, and work with the directors on their programs. And as we move forward, right now, everything's going like it should be, and that's about all I can say for right now. But till we get further down the line, but everybody's working so hard at the complex, and I thank them for all what they're doing. And I know some carry more than what they're supposed to be doing, but they keep the tribe moving. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Kelly Factor. Just to add on to what Kay was saying, Kay and myself and Jennifer Reeder went down to the Caddo Mounds last week, and it was pretty exciting. We were happy to meet with Texas Historical Commission, and they want to designate a large area to where they can have a cemetery, so we could bring stuff that is Caddo to have it buried there, which was really good because they wanted our input. And that was one of the things that we stressed as Caddo Council, that we want input on what they do with the Caddo Mounds. So that part's exciting. And another thing that we added was that they're going to build an event center, and that we could go down and provide like Caddo dancing, have our vendors go down, be showcased. And one of the things that we requested is could we have sleeping quarters added, and maybe for like 8 to 10, possibly even up to 12 rooms. That way, whenever Caddo members go down, we could be provided with a place to stay. The Alto is small. It's a small little town, and there's not really much sleeping like hotel areas, we had to go, well, you have to go like 25 miles away to find a hotel. So that'd be a good addition to have. On another note, I attended a meeting at FAM in Oklahoma City, First Americans Museum, and they presented, each tribe that was there that was represented, they presented one of the Thunder jerseys. So yeah, so I wanted to show everybody the Thunder jersey that they gave to the Caddo Nation. And so anyway, I brought that in today, and I want to give that to Bobby to see if we could have it put in a case and hang it up at the tribal complex over here. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with everybody as well. So we've been keeping busy. We got a lot of things going, and just look forward to hearing any questions and comments from everybody. All right, thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tracy Martin, and I am the Anadarko representative for Caddo Nation. I don't really have too much to add to anything. I still sit on the CASA board, which is a substance abuse board, and if anybody needs any help through that problem, my email is on the website. You can email me, or you can even call me. Otherwise, I hope everybody stayed out of the cold and everybody was warm and fed. I hope everybody checked on their elders. Also on the CASA, we have an outreach that we did go around to the homeless community in Anadarko and try to check on them. Some of them are stubborn and didn't want to come with us, but we did check on them. I don't really have anything else to say, but thank you.
Good morning, I'm Jennifer Reeder. I'm the secretary of the Caddo Nation. First of all, thank you for you members who braved the sub-freezing weather to be here today. And thank you to everyone online, for taking time on your Saturday to, giving up a Saturday to listen to us and learn, about the things that are going on across the Caddo Nation. I'm really proud to be on this council. We do get a lot of work done week to week. But like Verna and the rest of the council were saying, it does take a lot to run this place. I think it's important to acknowledge our employees too. They're kind of the unsung heroes, around here. They put in a lot of hours, and, a lot of that time kind of goes over into their family time. So, thank you to your families for your support. And yes, thank you, Chairman, also. He puts in a lot of work. He's always working. We're watching them over here. If you ever have a question, or just want to run something by us, even if it's something minor or major, all of us, we do have our email addresses. Our contact information is on the website, so please shoot us an email. We do try to monitor our emails as much as possible. I think we all have a social media presence too. I mean, if you want to shoot us something over in Messenger or however, we do try to be as responsive as we can. So thank you for being here today, and I will hand it over to Brittany.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brittany Habbert. I am the Oklahoma City representative. Apologies for laughing earlier. It panned to you guys, and so it just felt really dramatic on Zoom. So I ended up giggling. But thank you, everyone, for being online, being in person, and just kind of reiterating what the rest of council has said. Thank you to the staff and everyone that has been working so hard. Council also works quite hard. We get so many messages every day, and our council chat is always busy. Just to talk about some things that's been happening in my district. So in Q4, I had my district meeting at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. Sorry, I got a little nervous saying that. And so we had a craft event with Chad Niche Earls, and we ended up making drum ornaments, which was a lot of fun for all the people that were able to attend. And then we had a lovely holiday social, definitely a big part of Jennifer Reeder's work setting that up, and then all the volunteers, including Kelly on our council and everyone else. And then my next meeting will be February 15th. It is going to be a virtual meeting. That information is in the Oklahoma City Rep newsletter, the email that I sent out this morning. I will also make sure to post it on Facebook. If you did not receive that newsletter, please email me so that I can get you added to the listserv. It has different dates that is happening in the area, also just some things to highlight, such as the 2026 CADO conference, and then all the things that's been happening and different things that the council has done. So I appreciate everyone in my district and everyone that's part of the newsletter. So please sign up if you have not so far. Thank you so much.
Right. So we're still at 19 individuals, so we do not have a quorum. However, to reiterate, the council's been doing a lot. They're more engaged. I'm really happy to see that. And also, sharing information and being transparent, that's really what we want to work more and more on, the infrastructure of the tribe, and putting things in place. Hopefully we see, more of that as we move along. Yeah, I see it. I've seen it. So what we're going to do is before we open it up, we have one of our, I think she's the chairman of the election board. Would you like to say something even though we don't have a quorum? Okay. You can give us an update or just say hi to people. Here, I'll bring you the microphone. That way they can hear you. And then I think Shannon Freeman has her hand raised. We'll get to you, Shannon, here in just a minute.
Thank you. Good morning. I just want to share a few reminders, important details regarding this year's upcoming election. The positions open for election this cycle are vice chairman, secretary, Binger representative, Anadarko and Fort Cobb representative, and then, of course, the 4 open positions on the hearing board. I just want to remind all of our membership to please continue to monitor all official Caddo Nation communication channels, including the website, Facebook, the call for election and official election timeline will be posted on April 27, 2026. That's in accordance with the timeframe set forth in the election ordinance. And also, I just want to say, if you're not registered to vote or you're unsure of your registration status, just please contact a member of the election board. While the election board does have a phone number and voicemail, please note that we serve in a part-time capacity and are not always in the office during regular business hours. Rose has been wonderful about helping relay any messages that people call and ask questions. So if you contact her, just give her your name, phone number, and a little bit of information. She'll forward the information to either myself or another member of the election board. And we'll follow up with you to verify your registration status. I think that's all I have at the moment. Thank you all, and we encourage everyone to stay engaged and participate in the upcoming election.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. So I think we have a quorum, right? Well, great. I think we just added a couple more people. So for those that are in the room, we do have a quorum, so we're going to go ahead and just call the meeting to order. If you don't have a copy of the last membership minute, meeting minutes, they're back there on the table. Those of you that are online, you should have those available to you as well. So it is 10:55, and we didn't give up on our Caddos, and even though it's cold outside, even though you're online. So I really appreciate it. It is 10:56 now, so I'll just call the meeting to order today here at the Caddo Nation. What is today's date? On January 31st, 2026. And for our new year, again, Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. And so the meeting is now in session. And we already had an invocation. Thank you. And if you can take a look at the minutes, we appreciate it. If those of you online that don't have a copy, please let us know or raise your hand.
Chairman Gonzalez?
Yes.
This is Shannon Freeman. I have a correction to the minutes. The Caddo Constitution Secretary is Becky Quinlan. Quinlan.
Thank you. That's been corrected.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, for right now. What page are you on? Oh. Yeah, it should have been bigger. So where it says, I believe on the, Stephen Edmonds just pointed out on the third page, it looks like it's the under tribal business operation. It says the Gracemont store is temporarily closed. It's the Binger store, not Gracemont. Thank you, Stephen. I guess if we continue to grow, we're going to have to figure out a way to really capture the content. It's like reading a book. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to bring the microphone to you. We had a motion to accept the membership meeting minutes with corrections. Hold on.
Yes, I, Sydney Samaniego, make a motion to approve the October 16th, 2025 membership meeting minutes with the following corrections that we discussed.
Okay, do I hear anyone second that motion? Seconded by Stephen Edmonds. All in favor, raise your hand in the chat. Raise your hand in the room so we can get a count. And also, anyone online that would like to abstain, just let us know. Did we have anybody second it? Oh, yeah, we got an account. Sorry, Stephen. Haven't had any coffee this morning. That's what I'd like to know. Since none of our members online have any coffee or food, we probably won't have any coffee or food here. I think they're going to try to maybe bring something. We'll see. I think we're just waiting on a count, right, Jennifer? Okay, we're at 1501 right now. How many is online? Total? So it's just two more online that we're waiting on? We have 5 online that we're waiting on? It's probably still reading, or... So while we're waiting on that, the last membership meeting we had 2 young caddos that were sitting over here toward my right, and they were singing a song. And they said, Yo Hasine, Yo Hasine. And then they started singing that song, Yanane, Yanane, Ya. Oh, yane, yane, wahi, oh, hey, ya. Oh, yane, yane, wahi, oh, hey, ya. Oh, yana, hey, ya. We, hey, ya. We, ya. God bless you wherever you're at today. Did they fall offline? Okay, we just need one more yes online, and then we got it. Yes, no, or abstain. Okay, so the motion carries 1901. Thank you for, what is it, 2001? Okay, 2001, my apologies. So the motion carries, the minutes have been approved, and thank you for that. And we're going to go ahead, and I think we have Shannon, is it Shannon online that raised her hand first? Okay, go ahead and open up her mic.
Well, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
I just want to give a quick update on some activity from the and some business that the Caddo Constitution Commission has been conducting. First of all, I want to share that there are 7 of us that make up the commission, and we're very focused and very serious about the task that we've been given, the charge that we've been given by the tribal council and the resolution that they passed. And we are diligent and very present in all of our meetings, and are doing our best to be good stewards of the future of the Caddo Nation. So we're charged by the council with providing documentation, soliciting outreach and feedback from Caddo citizens from across the country from across the United States. And we're doing that in a variety of ways. We've conducted our first survey, and we have the results of that. We are conducting in-person meetings within the service area and outside of the state of Oklahoma. We're conducting virtual meetings, and we are also going to be conducting a second survey. And all of this is to open up lines of communication and get feedback from what cattle people are interested in, their concerns and their ideas for going forward with changes to the existing constitution. And really we're asking everyone to provide feedback. You can reach out directly through social media, through our website. We're also providing an opportunity for Caddo citizens to host their own community meeting, their own local community meeting, which the commissioners will attend. We're documenting conversations and ideas. And the reason we're doing this is because the council has asked for us to provide to them by July 1st a final report, which includes the feedback that we've received and our recommendations going forward. And so we're reaching out in every way possible to solicit feedback from Caddo citizens. And we have a meeting tomorrow in Oklahoma City from 2 to 4 at the Culture Hub. And then we're hosting a virtual meeting in the evening of February 24th from 6 to 8. We'll then be hosting on March 7th a meeting for our citizens that are in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Arlington metro area at the Texas Native Health Center in Dallas on March the 7th from 1 to 3. And then we have another virtual meeting scheduled on March the 31st from 7 to 9. And we changed the time on that. It's a little later than usual for those of us in the central time zone, but we have a very large constituent population in the mountain time zone and the Pacific time zone, and we want to give them an opportunity to participate and provide feedback. So I wanted to share that. We have a large task ahead of us, and we're going to be as successful as the feedback the responses that we get from Caddo people. So I encourage you, as on behalf of the commission, to please participate and to please provide feedback, share with your family members that their voices are valuable. We've already met with the election commission, the election board, and we have a few local meetings set up. Some have expressed interest. So I just wanted to share that with you. We have a mail out that's going out that has these dates and times. We also have this available on all of our social media outlets, on our website and through Facebook. So I encourage you to stay active and engaged. I want to particularly thank Patty Leamhughes in the enrollment office for her assistance with our mail out. Stacy Half Moon and Asia Orcutt, who provide a great deal of support to the commission in this very important task, and to Travis Thurl-Kill. And I particularly want to thank the confidence and trust that the council has given the commission. And so with that, I will turn the mic back over to you, Chairman Gonzalez. But I again encourage Caddo people across the country to share their ideas and to share their feedback.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? So just before, Shannon, really appreciate, what you had to say. And Tracy, we know you're online and you want to say something. And so we're going to go ahead and open up your mic.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay, great. This is Tracy Newcomet. I'm on the Caddo Constitution Commission. I am arranging the meeting for Oklahoma City tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm very excited to hear what everyone has to say. I obviously would not be able to say it any better than Shannon. So I'm just going to stand with what she said about what the commission is doing and our goals. But I do have something very important I would like to state. At the commission meetings, we decided we were going to have door prizes, and we wanted to make sure um, to get them from McKee's because we want to support our own businesses. And the day we decided to go, they were closed. It was the day after a holiday, and they were having some technical issues. And I texted Travis Threlkeld, and within 40 minutes, which is not long considering McKee's is in Anadarko and he was in Binger, he had himself, IT Travis, he had security, and he opened the store and was able to let us purchase our supplies for the meetings for 2 different commissioners and didn't complain. He was just Johnny on the spot. And I was so grateful for him going so far over and above his duties to help us. And I think that he deserves a really big kudos and shout out for that because he organized a whole crew to come and help us get the things we needed from McKee's. And I'm super grateful to him. And I'm also very happy to see so many of my fellow commissioners online so that if anybody has any questions, there's going to be plenty of people available to answer. Thank you so much, Bobby, for giving me time on the mic, and I yield back.
Thank you, Tracy. Also, just so I'm always kind of the last person to know anything sometimes, just so that to be truthful, where's the meeting at tomorrow? Where's the Culture Hub? Oh, is
The
that the
Culture-
one that's
It's on 25th in
Okay.
Capitol Hill.
and what time?
It's from 2 to 4.
2 to 4? Okay.
Yes.
Great. If I can,
There's also all the parking still has ice because it's a north-facing building. So if you have mobility constraints or if you're concerned, please don't come because we're going to have another in-person meeting in Oklahoma City when the weather's not so bad and cold. I really don't want people getting out and getting hurt or children getting out and getting sick. So, but we'll do this again in Oklahoma City, I promise.
yeah, thank you. Kay O'Neill was asking, will the meeting also be virtual?
Yes, we're
Tomorrow?
having 2 virtual meetings.
Tomorrow? It'd be
Oh,
virtual?
not tomorrow. No,
Okay, okay.
no. Our virtual meetings are going to be inclusive of everybody in the United States.
Right, but tomorrow will not be. Okay.
No, it will not.
Okay, yeah, that's just want to know. Also, if I can get away, I may try to get there, but don't hold me to it. However, I really appreciate the commission and everything that everyone is doing and the council and all our people at large weighing in. You know, that's real democracy. You know, with what we see going on in Minnesota and around the country, we don't want to be like that, right? We want to be better than that and be able to push forward. So the Constitution is very vital. It's very vital. You're going to also see a video that I don't know if it's done at the moment, related to why it's important from some of the elected leaders, including myself, about the Constitution. And hopefully that'll be shared publicly from the commission's camp. Do we have anyone else online that may have a question? Okay. If not, I'm going to give this back to one of our members on the floor. What's that? Okay. Okay, we got one hand showed up on the screen. I'll get to that after we have one comment.
Thank you. Just to add to my election board comment earlier, I totally forgot until I heard Shannon and Tracy. So the election board has been working closely with the Constitution Committee because we know that we need to bring some things up to date in our section. So we are actually planning on hosting the community meeting hosted by the election board. Of course, anybody can come and do any, make any suggestions that don't have to do with the election, but we wanted to kind of gear it towards that part, kind of get everybody's input on that. And also invite any former election board members, because I've talked to a couple and they have said, we agree with what you want to change. We were on the election board 20 years ago and we had the same issue. So if we could get former election board members and stuff and just kind of sit down and, go through the concerns and ideas on things we could do or change and stuff while we have this opportunity. We're looking at February the 28th. That is not confirmed yet, but that is the date that we are looking at to see if we can host it here in the Cultural Building at the Bigger Y. That's all I have.
Can you hear me? Okay, so we were supposed to have a meeting and it snowed last Saturday. We were supposed to have one here with the commission. So maybe I can throw in a little bit of help and help y'all. Because my Anadarko district meeting was canceled because it snowed and everybody was like snowed in and iced. And so I would like to invite like the districts. Maybe I can put it also on social media or help put it in the paper or try to take up for where we lost the meeting.
Okay, yeah. The
Okay.
more participation
Yeah.
that we have, the better.
Right, we had to cancel ours, so.
Yeah, and like I said, we're not saying only talking about election stuff. We just kind of want to gear it towards that. We just
Okay.
want to get everybody's input on it. So
Okay,
yeah, the
so
more people, the better.
let me know if your date is confirmed, and then I can help you all get the building and we
Okay,
can set it up, get refreshments, whatever we have to do.
okay. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have, I think Louise Smith, who's also a member, and she's on the election board. If you can open her mic.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good morning. I actually want to ask a twofold question, not as an election board member, but as a regular member. My twofold question is, are there any specific actions that are being taken by the tribal council to establish VA services for our tribal veterans so they no longer have to travel long distances or navigate barriers to receive the care and the benefits that they earned through their service? So that's my first question. And my second one was just, would the tribe be willing to maintain a list of veteran service officers that can assist any future veterans that may need assistance with filing claims or anything like that?
So, Louise, I really appreciate your question. In regard to the veterans, Veterans Affairs and what's going on in that world. We know a lot of things are changing politically. However, we need to be mindful of all our veterans that are our members. If any of you online, including yourself, Louise, could help us really dig into what the Veterans Association has to offer, the VA. I know Kelly Factor, being a retired commander, and also Matt Topom, who's our executive assistant to the council. He's a combat vet. He has been going to meetings at large, trying to learn what the other tribes are doing. I know even Michaela Meeks, she is a veteran. She's even mentioned about working on agreements with the VA. I did meet with the VA, and you'll be happy to know that because of our self-governance with the Interior, we're able to negotiate other agreements with other agencies, such as the Veterans Affairs folks in DC, that will help our people locally. So, if you yourself or someone would like to help with that, we really need a veterans office, somewhere where our vets can go. We used to have a post called 212. Stephen, you probably remember that. Your dad was a part of singing for those guys. And Kelly, I think you were even the princess at one time related to that. And also, the tribe had a list, and we had people working on that. Unfortunately, we had, lost some of our members that were taking care of that, one being Pete Whitebeat. Pete was really good at helping us with that list. We have a monument here. We'd like to see more names. We'd like to build a bigger monument. But not just that. We have a lot of mental health, things that go along with being, in the military, including within my own family, including with my own self and what my own children's been through. My son just got back from Jordan. He's texting me as we speak. He's a tech sergeant. And one of the things that he mentioned, when you take off the uniform, you don't take off what you've been through. And so any help that any members can help us with, I am all ears. Please reach out to our council members. Please reach out to us so we can pull that together. So to answer your question, we need all the help we can have in that world.
Okay, well, I appreciate your response. My daughter had actually, who also is a veteran, or one of my daughters, I have two that are veterans, had done a little bit of research, and I don't know if Mary Colley is the one that you met with, but that's the name and contact information that she had sent me. That is a program specialist with the VA, and I think she just did a little bit of research online and was able to find some of that stuff that that we could move forward with, even having the tribe recognized by the VA as a veteran service organization. But I just didn't know if there was already something in place, a capacity to establish that communication with the Department of Veterans Affairs.
If you could do us a favor, and Kelly Factor, I know I talked to Kelly, and she's sitting right here. She's agreed to help out in any capacity in that world. If you could send any information, or even your daughter, emails, or we do have a constituency service department. However, be it a veteran yourself, Kelly, Kelly can get a hold of Mary. She has her information and she knows her, Louise. So Kelly's, our vice chairman, is going to follow up with Mary, and anyone else, if you can just really feed our vice chairman that info so we can start building that out and get something done. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's a conversation going on in the room for those of you that are online, if you didn't hear. Bruce Gonzalez, he's enrolled with the Delaware Nation. I believe he's Caddo too. He's reached out to our tribe. I know our executive assistant has been going to meetings. with Bruce and the Delaware and the Wichita are wanting to do the same, right? They've been having meetings about the same thing? Okay. Right. So it was just mentioned that the Wichita are trying to help their members by putting information out like a flyer, and helping them get the help that they need. So hopefully in the near future, we could do the same thing and put it out there where our veterans, hey, here's a day, you can come here and so please get everything that you can to us. All right, is there anyone else online that may have raised their hand? We don't want to miss anyone. Jennifer, has anyone else raised their hand?
I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
No, somebody's got their speaker on that's online.
It's me, it's Kelly Irvine. I'm trying to figure out how to raise my hand.
Oh, that's okay. We can hear you. And
Okay.
you can see you. So
Okay.
yeah, you're
Bobby,
live. You're live
I'm
and
live.
everyone can see you in the world. So there you go. We'll turn it over to you.
Okay, so hi. This is like the first time I've had a chance to actually speak at a meeting. And I went and took my twins out and met everybody again in 2013. Bobby, do you remember me? But I've been trying to say for the longest time that I'm a clinical and family psychologist and had worked with Indian Health for a long time and then did post-Katrina. And I had sent materials to kind of follow up on our discussions that summer, but they kept being returned to me. So I just said this to Jennifer Reeder. I probably sent my CV 4 or 5 times, and it every time came back to me. And then I would try to email, and it would come back to me. So during last year, unfortunately, I had gotten lobular breast cancer, and I had multiple surgeries. And I'm just coming out of that. Could have used some of that prayer. I was looking to you for that a little bit, Bobby. But we're here now. And I guess what I keep thinking is I'm out here in Missouri because my autistic son is connected with the Thompson Center. So I'm not near anymore, but I want to be available. I know that you have contracts coming up or you're trying to make the child care center. And also just what you were talking about, I do some CMP evaluations for one contract on telemedicine. I do, so I don't have direct veterans information. I'm not a vet. But I also do telemedicine with Teladoc, and I'm now having some information go back and forth with a place called United Natives because, I had been all over New Mexico and Arizona before. And United Natives is putting out contracts to self-governing tribes. So, so these are the kinds of things, plus maybe assistance of any kind with programming for the child development centers or whatever you're doing, I've been wanting to offer, and also for the Constitution. But all of this stuff that I would send in between my surgeries would come back to me, even though I was using the Binger post office. And so this is the first time I'm saying, how are everybody there? And I'd like to participate, as I'm getting off of recovery and back to my own health. Humbly.
That's great news. We appreciate you finally being able to break through. However, just so that you know, I could not get on my computer this morning because I was locked out, and I'm the chairman of the tribe. Not only that, I tried to get on our survey related to making comments on the Constitution. I got on there, made the comments, and I put click, and it wouldn't accept it. So I apologize. I know our IT sometimes doesn't work the way it should. However, if you can get us your information and follow up, my email, I know sometimes if you don't spell the name right, it'll kick it back.
Okay.
And then you can call the front desk at 405 405-656-2344 and ask for Rose Boatone. Leave your name and contact info, and I will get a hold of you. One of the things that we're facing here in this area, for those of you that that are online that know this area, we're dealing with a lot of mental health issues in the community related to fentanyl and meth, and it's a rural area. There's not a whole lot of jobs. The schools sometimes are not the best of schools, although there's educators trying to have better education. So if we don't have housing, if we don't have health care, mental health, or not only housing and schools, then people don't want to move here. People don't want to, they don't want to, what's in it for me to come to Southwest Oklahoma and be a part of the tribe? However, we have more and more members like yourself coming back, wanting to participate, and we really appreciate that. I'm going to kind of pick on Shannon Freeman too, for those those of you that don't know. She made her career in life within the education world, and she's also expressed to be, like an ambassador to the nation related to education, to help our education department build capacity, help us look at scholarships and other universities, and her knowledge that she brings to the table. So we're going to be having those conversations with her as well, and with the council. So Shannon, I'm not giving up on that thought. With IBIE and education and what's going on there, we need to really take care of our educational needs. However, mental health is real, and we see it every day. So I'm really glad that you're online to say hi to us. And you may not know, we keep all our people in prayer. And I know when you thought that no one was probably with you, we know that God's always with you no matter what. And so I'm really glad that you're doing better and continue to get better. Thank you for being online.
Okay.
Is
I
there,
will reach out. I will reach out to Jennifer extended herself and gave me how to get everybody's emails and provide information now that I'm back in the saddle again. Okay.
sounds great.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, thank you. Is there anyone else online that has raised their hand? You want to move closer since you have another question? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I do have a question. The gentleman that was located over there by Gold River Casino that does the dentures and stuff for the Caddo Nation, or for the Caddo members, since he's no longer there, and I heard it was some talk between, of course, yeah, some legal issues and stuff. What are y'all's plans to help our elders or our members that were using those services and that they're no longer available?
So that's a very, very, very good question. Yes, there's some, the past administration years ago, I think it went, 20 years ago or longer, allowed this ditcher clinic and this individual to be there. However, there are some legal things that we have to resolve that relates directly with him. So I'm not able to discuss those legal matters at this moment. However, to answer your question, I had met with a lady within the healthcare world and a couple of people last week in Oklahoma City to talk about virtual medical help, where you could go in and see a doctor, in a virtual room. And in rural America, to where if you could go in there, say as in Bangor or Gracemont, if you had these places you could go, a doctor would see you virtually, and you're able to get your prescription, get your health needs right then on the spot. Of course, there's a cost to it. I asked them to put a whole package together. We talked about medical eye exams. We talked about just your common codes. We also talked about, dentures, dental, everything and above. So they're putting a package together so that they're going to give it to the tribe, the council, to review. And I'm hoping we can do more of that. But right now, there is not anything in place but the local Indian Health Service in Anadarko, as well as, I think, Lawton for dental health for our members.
Okay. And of course, with all of that sounds amazing. And of course, I know that's going to take time and stuff. But we have elders that were utilizing those services and have been utilizing those services for years. And now if, a tooth falls out of their denture or it breaks or anything like that, they have no place to go now. And yes, we do have IHS, but I don't know if you've tried to get a dentist appointment there, and they're scheduling out March, April. Right. Lawton is April as well. That's what I'm saying. What are our elders to do now that is gone?
My suggestion is go to our CHR building in Anadarko or call our social service program, our providers at Kathy Butler and our Charlotte Moore, those individuals, because we have RN and nurses. They also probably can take care of that with our members through Medicaid, and help them and guide them. So just so that, there's that process there.
And then also, what about our members that, not me? Okay. Our members that are not elderly, that need dentures and stuff, that are not on Medicaid?
Well, that's one of the things, whereas you're going to have to design a program like Indian Health Service. So one of the things that you're talking about, is underfunded, although the need is extensive. So with self-governance, there's some questions to be talked about with our council as well as with our members. Do we take on Indian Health Service? Do we take on the shares and the funding that goes with it? Do we build our own clinic? Do we have our own doctors? Those are things in the future, but we're laying the foundation for those things. I know it doesn't fix it right today, but my suggestion is call our program directors and ask them for the help that you need. And if you don't get the help that you need, call our district representatives that are in your district and see if you can get some resolve.
Okay, yes, because that's also been brought to my attention. Somebody said they had an elder that needed help, that actually lived at the apartments, the Caddo apartments in Anadarko. He is Caddo, he has no family around, and he's needing health services. It was a Facebook post, and I posted on it, and I was like, get a hold of the Caddo Nation Social Service Department and CHRs. They have a great program. It's called Pathways, all of this stuff. And she said that she has reached out to them multiple times, asking for help for this elder man. I don't even know who it is, and that it goes unnoticed. And so, there's that issue as well.
Yeah, there's so just so you know, my mom's an elder, and my mom's faced some of the same issues, and she's my own mother. And so, it is a problem, for all our families, young and old, where do you go? Where do you go to get the help? And so mental health, hospitals, clinics, we have to build all that. If you really think about it, being sovereign, that's what our job is to do, to put all that in place. And I also know, like you mentioned, Pathways. So you may not know that this administration, I'm talking about the United States government and the administration in the White House, have cut a lot of funding related to money that comes to the state that comes through Pathways to us. So as you see things not happening, right, you may not get a phone call, there may not be somebody there, or they may not even have the program. Right now, programs are being cut at an enormous rate. Agencies are trying to figure out what they're going to do. And in the meantime, we have members that are still trying to figure out how they're gonna get by in a day. You know, I'm glad you brought it up. However, I just want to let you know that every day that here's my main concern as a chairman. My main concern is making sure that our members are fed, our employees have jobs, people have diapers, people can turn on their lights, people can put in gas. It's not about me. It's about our people. And you know, if we can help employment by providing gainful employment, if we can help by providing services, or if we can help by bringing people together like all of us to help build that stuff, because I can't do it by myself, and neither can the council. So any suggestions that you have, I think some of that stuff really needs to be talked about. Well, yeah, but that's, you said.
Yeah, so what I said is, so we do have a representative that sits on the, what's the name of the board? Is, well, right, but it sounds like that's an issue, like for coordination.
Southern Plains Indian Health Service.
Yeah, Southern Plains, yeah, Indian Health Board, I believe. Yeah, it sounds like, so we can let the representative know. That sounds like something that needs to be coordinated there, maybe for some resources, since we had someone in place and then they're no longer there. And to me, that seems like that's a coordination that needs to happen. We need to pass this on to Arnita also, and here, I'll let Tracy.
So since the elder apartment is in my district, get a hold of me. If they don't get anything done, you get a hold of me, and I can work with Charla. Charla Moore has a heart for our elders, and we can find a way to help. I am not promising like new dentures or new teeth, but if there's an elder there that needs some help on, you know, getting somewhere, or if something's not being done, or if the pathways are not paying attention, call me or email me, and I'll
Okay.
get with Charla,
Okay.
and we
thank
can
you.
work together.
And then, like I said, it's not always elders as well.
Right.
It's the Caddo, you know, members that also, you know, are in their 40s or something, you know,
Right.
that have. that
The
need that
pathways can help in a lot of ways, but
I mean,
again.
for like the dentures
Right,
part thing and stuff.
right, and also, but the only thing is with the pathways, they have to be eligible for Medicaid, sooner
Yeah.
care. So that's an income,
Mm-hmm.
you know, criteria, whatever you want to call it, but
Yeah.
we can try.
Okay, I was just wondering because I guess we had that set in place and then it was gone and there was no backup. I know, you know,
Right.
nothing has been said, so,
Yeah.
you know, I wanted to address that. Another thing that has been mentioned to me, is about the McKee's store. I heard we only have one employee now, all the other employees were let go. Yeah, I didn't know if we were gonna address that this meeting or what was going on with that.
So just so that you know, all our stores will be transitioned outside, you know, control of the tribal government. It'd be in its business, it'd be, you know, through our economic development side that will control those eventually. So all the stores are being reassessed. There may be people that may be terminated, there may be people that may move on. However, we don't have a choice. Government and running businesses do not work. 5% of the businesses owned by the United States government, only 5% of the United States of America control businesses. At one time, in the early 1900s, people were in business for themselves. Today, very few people are in business for themselves. So in the government, it's like conjoined twins. How do you separate the business world from the political world? How do you accept, you know, and if you don't separate them right, it just kills everything. So one of the things that we're doing right now is transitioning. So just so that you know, the store is open, it's being reconfigured, and that's across the board. Even all here at the tribe, all our departments, all our programs are being really looked at as far as framework across the board because of our self-governance. One of the things that we cannot do, we cannot have bad financials, we cannot have bad audits, or the government will just pull the plug on everything we're doing.
Yes, and that I understand, and thank you for those statistics. But, so who do we contact if we have questions about the businesses that the Caddo Nation owns? Since it's in transition to the economic side, like you said.
Well, best thing that you could do is look at the website, and look at what they do, because each one of those have their own caveat, right? So the council, right now it's us, right, until we transition over.
Okay.
Okay.
So then the answer to my question is what's going on at McKee's then?
Well, simple.
There's only one
Well,
employee.
simple. It's absolutely not working. And when things don't work, you move on, you readjust, you fix it, and you go forward. So that's what's being accomplished at the moment.
Okay, because people said that they've just been employed and then they were all let go after.
I have no
Martin
control of
Luther
that.
King.
Council does not control HR. We do not.
I'm not asking for control on that or someone getting their job back or whatever. That's that issue. I was just asking what is going on with the businesses that we own as Caddo Nation members, as one person. When I went to McKee's yesterday and she had to run to the bathroom, the door was locked, so we had to stand outside waiting, and then she opened and she said she was the only one there and she's going to be the only one there. So as of me with like my job and stuff, we use McKee's a lot.
Right.
And just my personal stuff, going down there and getting fringe and beads and stuff. Having one person running that store, that's what I'm just like, what is the issue? What's going
People.
on?
You got to have people. People need to apply. We have the same, we are in an employment desert, period. And if we
But
don't.
they had people and then
If it
they
doesn't,
were.
well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and people move on. That's the way it is. Eventually, I'll move on too. However, right now, if we need people to apply for jobs, careers. We have, we need a CFO. We need people in finance. If you look at our website, there's hardly anyone applying, and the people that are, applying, it's not the right fit because they may not even know about how to run a store, right? You might get 10 applications, but they just don't fit. So, and what we've run into is people have to drive here, and they complain they don't have housing. They complain that the schools are terrible, and why should I move there? So it's an issue. Our issue is finding employees.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to, so if you know anyone that's looking for a job, right, related to retail, you may want to, watch our website. So here's the issue. Yeah, there was changes administratively related to employees, and the council or our department or HR is not legally obligated and cannot talk about that because of OSHA and other HR rules. However, the store is being redesigned. It's going to be remanaged, and we need help to have people with those jobs.
Okay, so
Good, Steve.
right now it's with the HR or the business manager who makes those decisions. For the employees and the transitioning, who you're transitioning over to.
If we transition someone internally, we do that internally.
Well, I mean, who's making the decisions on who comes and who goes at the stores? I know we only have one person down here too at the store.
Right.
And so I'm just saying who's, y'all's transitioning, but who's going to have control of that? I mean, is it still going to be the council, still be human resources, the business manager, administrator, whatever you call them now?
Yeah, right now it's kind of like all hands on deck, because the framework was never really put into any of these, like this store down here, it was failing when we got here. So, we closed it, we added solar, and we're looking at opening it back up. You may see an opportunity to have Class 2 gaming again real soon to bring in dollars, maybe 100 and 200 machines. and then the restaurant may be open again. Those are some of the things that are being looked at right now. But you cannot continue to pay people for failure. You cannot continue to run a business if it's not bringing any money.
Right.
So this is what our plan is to bring a budget eventually to the council, to the membership of, all the stores, all the programs and numbers. And that's one of the things that we're working on right now.
Okay, so, they went through a hiring process and then found out that it didn't work, or?
Yeah, found out it didn't work and we're not putting up with it. And if it doesn't work, people move on or we get rid of them.
Okay, and second question, are we doing anything over here? Because I know you've graded the roads over here on this property. Are we planning anything? Just curious.
Yeah, yes. So to the south of the complex,
Yes.
the tribe about 30 years ago thought they bought 10 acres, which they didn't. We had it surveyed. There's actually 16 acres that we actually own.
Really?
Right, and we're going to put all that in trust. We did some dirt work so the council can get up there and look at that area. Hopefully our members, when it's a nice day, can go up there and look. That is where we would like to propose to building a new tribal headquarters for the government, not programs, but for the government. That way, when you have a new constitution, you have new elected leaders, you have a new building as well. So the dirt work's been done to basically get up there and look at the terrain and see what it looks like.
Okay, thank you.
As you grow as a tribe, if we can show to the government that we're growing, they'll provide more funding, and what we were told, to help us even build a new headquarters. Okay, is anyone online? Raise their hand. Okay. What's that? Who? What'd she say? Okay, we're going to take one more question. Tracy?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. My question is, in 2025, the Caddo Nation decreased the benefit for eyeglasses for Caddo Nation members at the Oklahoma City Indian Clinic optometry department. And I was just wondering what the thought process was behind that, because it was very embarrassing because I had picked out my glasses, but I didn't have the benefit that I thought I did. So I had to, go pick different ones. And I was just wondering if there was a place online on the website maybe that we could post what our benefits are as Caddo Nation tribal members so that we are not confused about what we can have and what we can't have.
Right. So you're in luck, Tracy, and Sydney, you're in luck too. We have a new department called a constituency services department, that if you have any concerns with anything related to the tribe, with any program, with any services, stuff you'd like to complain about, stuff that you're happy about, services you may not be receiving like teeth or, dentures or even medical eyeglasses. That person is Candace Keybone. She's working with our media to develop a website. There will be a 1-800 number on that site. Anybody at large can get on there, and her job is to direct people or questions where they need to go. Because as we continue to grow, people, you'll get 10 people asking 10 different questions in one setting, and it's really hard to as you grow, what the right hand and the left hand's doing. So related to glasses, that's the first time I've heard that, Tracy, about the glasses.
Me too.
So it's news to me, so I'm glad you brought it up. I would ask Charla Moore, because I think that she's been taking care of that. But just so that you guys know online too, do you know we have almost 8,000 members? Do you know how much money you get for social services from the government? 40,000. That's it.
I'm not asking
No,
for my
no, no,
tribe
no, no, what
to
no,
adjust what the
right, but
benefit
what,
is. I'm asking my tribe to make a list and
oh,
publish it on the website so that everybody knows what the benefit is available, so they're not embarrassed or confused when they go in for the services.
yeah,
That's what I'm asking for.
well, I understand that. I'm just making a comment so that the people online outside of your question really understand that if you only have $40,000 for social services, you don't even have money enough to pay for someone to give you glasses. So you have to substitute that money somehow, and we have to figure out how we're going to do that. But yeah, all the list of services that we have should be online. There should be one office to do that, and that's why we're creating the Constituency Services Department.
So is that a yes or a no for a list? Or is that a maybe? I'm
Well,
just
no,
asking.
you get a hold of Candace Keybone. She's your point of contact related to that. Go ahead. What's that? You have call 405-656-2344 and ask for Candace Keybone at the front desk. Leave a message if you can't. Right now, that program is so new that she don't even have a website yet. Yes, I have a webpage. Go ahead.
Hello, Tracy, I want to thank you. That's a good idea to have that on the website. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys for being patient with us while we're having these growing pains and transitioning. And it's going to be better. It's getting better. You know, I'm very proud of the Caddo Nation because when the government was shut down for 45 days, we did not furlough any employees. We kept everybody working, and I promise you it was all hands on deck. There was a lot of moving and shaking, and Bobby worked night and day to keep us up and running. And, you know, I'm not negating what you're saying. That was in my heart just to share that we are for you, we're not against you. I know it's hard when you can't get the help that you need. I've reached out for other tribal members that have needed help with their teeth or with their glasses, whatever the case. And I know that with CHR, Charlotte Moore, that they were given a grant, and there was only so much money in that grant, and it was a first come, first served basis. And unfortunately, it used to be more, but then they had to drop the payment as to what they could pay to less so they could reach more members. And so that's part of the reason why your money was decreased, Tracy. I'm sorry about that, but you know, we're doing what we can to get all of this lined out. And you know, like I said, the eyeglasses and dentures were both a part of that one grant, and it went through pretty quick. And we work with the United States government, and we're doing the best that we can to facilitate everyone. And I appreciate all of your input, and hopefully, you know, like I said, just bear with us. We're working it out, and reach out to our CHR department or our social services. Kathy Butler is in charge there too, and they're more than willing to help. You know, sometimes you got to call once or twice just to get through, but it's worth it. Thank you.
Okay, mine mic died. So we're going to lose our quorum if we don't adjourn. So I don't want to lose our quorum. We haven't lost them yet, have we? Huh? So we're not going to be able to come out of our meeting? Are we stuck? We're stuck at our meeting? Is it Groundhog Day? Kay wants to know. How many do we have? I should have shut up about an hour ago, and then we'd have been out of here. I won't go there. How many? 16? What? What's that? What's that? Okay, all right. So. Yeah. I know we're having a conversation where I'm sorry, I apologize to the council and our members that are here. There's people online, just respect for, they can't hear us. So we do have enough, we can adjourn. So if someone want to make the motion, and then please reach out to your district reps anytime. Reach out to us, good, bad, or indifferent. Love to hear from you. And Stephen Edmonds made the motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second? Second by Sydney Semeniego. And all in favor, say aye. Raise your hand. At least we can get that count. And we don't want to forget about our other relative on the corner there. You didn't raise your hand. You're just sitting there. Oh, okay. I see. You raised it. All right. I think we're good to adjourn. Is that correct? Okay. Everyone is saying yes to adjourn. So we are going to adjourn and look forward to seeing a new year after the Creator lifts all the snow off. Our people, that's what they tell us. You know, when the snow is lifted off the ground, that the Creator, Kunakai, the great doctor, Ahayo, Father in heaven, He's going to make things grow again, and we're going to see life again. So God to be with you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being online. Have a great day.